if you're familiar with Grove City College.
Yeah, very well. Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Okay, so what, when you say you came out of there a feminist, what's a Grove City feminist?
My sister the same way. I mean, she went to a school in Ohio. We both came out being women working in men's professions, which were predominantly men's professions back in the 70s. She's a pharmacist. I'm a CPA. You came out of there being that you had to have it all. You had to work, have kids, be married. You know, it was a super mom at the time.
Well, now, wait. I don't mean to nitpick, but
yes,
I was in Pittsburgh in the 70s. I will never forget it. I probably still screwed up from those years because I came of age at 2021 when all that crap was happening. And it has forever tainted me in just the way I deal with women. But my question to you, back then, getting married was not something you did. You did not derive happiness from a man or a relationship.
Nope, you didn't. That's why you had to work full time.
Well, there was no marriage involved. I mean, that wasn't on the card. That wasn't part of having it all.
No, it wasn't part of it. But if you did choose to get married, then you were expected to, have the kids, have the job, have the career. Kids went off to daycare at the age of 6 weeks. I mean, that's what they did.
Gosh, okay.
And if you didn't do that, I actually found myself looking down my nose at women that chose to quit their jobs and stay home. Because it just seemed, why would you do that if you spent all that time in college and, what a waste. And, as you evolve professionally in maturity and your brain ceases to be mush, as you talk about college youngsters, which is so true, you start to understand and you do normally temper and, become a conservative through it. But the shame of it is just how much that has screwed up so many families, so many women, so many men. And I think no wonder folks were happier in the 50s and 60s because the roles were clearly defined. You really did. I mean, my family was basically Ozzie and Harriet.
Right.
We had a great life, and Dad worked. Mom stayed home with us and raised us.
Well, you say the roles in the 50s and 60s were clearly defined. Who defined them back then?
I think everybody was happy with the definitions. I mean, women were happy, to stay home and raise their families. Society itself, I think the culture was just much more organized. I think there was far less stress in families. Men were allowed to be the provider, and they were allowed to be strong in the disciplinarians of the kids. And, mothers were the nurturers, and that's the way it's always been.
So back in the 50s, Beyonce would have not had to say, bow down. Women just did it.
No, well, if they were in a happy marriage, happy relationship.
I couldn't resist.
I know you couldn't. That's pretty funny.
But look, I watch